So, something that I didn't cover last year, but ironically is probably the most strangest and yet oddest thing I have seen in quite a while. Because one of the things I was noticing last year was that a lot of the people that I was commenting from were, the vast majority, were from America. That's where most of these the Wizards of Woo seem to live. However, if you were to say who would be second, that has to come from Australia, because I don't know what's going on in Australia, and I would love if someone from Australia could actually explain what is actually going on in Australia that is causing all this weird stuff to happen. Maybe it's something to do with the laws or something like that. I don't know. I want to have a look through it myself. But if they've got any things or advice where to look, I'd love to know. But one of the things we're going to talk about today is the chiropractors in Australia. Because last year, a bunch of them got so annoyed at their regulatory body, and their regulatory body is the Chiropractic Association of Australia, or the CAA, as we'll call them now. Basically, they got so disgruntled with them because they'd set out all these laws of this is what chiropractors are not allowed to do, and yet they promoted them. They're not allowed to promote anti-vax stuff. Guess what? They promote anti-vax stuff. Their head, their leader, put on Facebook that she was, the head leader, Helen Elevaki, I think it is, said on Facebook, on a public post, right, that she was paying sneaky visits to the Melbourne maternity wards to perform spinal adjustments on newborn babies. Now, I want to look into this and see what has happened, if anything a follow-up has actually happened. Because if that has actually happened and that's gone unreported, that is easily the most biggest crime there has ever been. This is child abuse. You should not be doing this to newborn babies, let alone children whose bones haven't developed properly. That is absolutely staggering, and you can see why there's been this divide. Because not only that, a lot of these guys that come out are saying that they've been, is quackery is the order of the day. So there's also really strange things, like when one of their chairmen was terminated, he got a severance package of $150,000, basically, for being sacked. Now, normally you would do, but it's just absolutely insane. And according to this, the members of the Chiropractic Association of Australia had called upon their international ombudsman to investigate why the board members had held onto their $10,000 They basically held on to 10,000 of their assets when the organisation had drifted towards $1 million deficit. They'd had basically $10,000 of stipends. That's what they'd held on to. And they were basically paying that when the organisation itself was $100 million in debt. So, one of the things that always annoys me about these people is that, it's not about the money. And yet here you have the board members of the board doing this. It's absolutely insane. And then there's another one here. Another allegation is that the governing body on the board had blocked its ombudsman from releasing the findings of alleged mismanagement. Right? This is an organisation that is meant to be protecting the public, and yet they are going out of their way to defend themselves, promoting anti-vaccine stuff when they're, again, not allowed to. I genuinely can't believe what had been going on here. Again, on here, the Chiropractic Board of Australia, which oversees regulation and standards, banned chiropractors from giving advice about vaccinations and removed some courses from its approved training schedule in 2013. Again, Mr. Tallahassee was also forced to rebuke chiropractors who entered hospitals without staff permission to perform spinal adjustments after Miss Alexis foray into maternity hospitals were revealed on the blog. And again, there's been a report here about the the authorities had visited to see what had happened. And it's been absolutely insane. You know, and according to this, there's 4,500 practicing chiropractors in Australia. 2,500 of them who are members of the CAA. So this is this is absolutely insane. And you know, a lot of these people, the people that have the CAA supporters, have basically branded the breakaway movement as treason and are calling them traitors. all I'm getting now is Tar getting his spinning stick on. But this is an absolutely fascinating read, and I'm going to certainly be looking into this more of chiropractic, because this is another realm of absolute woo-woo, of ridiculous, you know, pseudoscience that is absolutely insane. And again, just the allegation alone that you have, you know, the president-elect admitting she's going into hospital, you know, sneakily, and, you know, performing, you know, adjustments on newborn babies. That is insane. That is incredibly dangerous. This is absolutely insane. And I genuinely can't believe it. And I can't believe I missed it originally. This has happened last year, but this is absolutely insane.